Hello, you guys. So this video, we're going over Wednesday's work. You only had 2 activities to do today and your Google Classroom. So let's start going over the package. Here we are. Represent real world problems, add and subtract. So it's like the word problems we do in math. Pretty simple. And example. Number 1. Mary and Paul have bags of sunflower seeds to feed the birds. Mary has 5 bags of sunflower seeds and Paul has 3 bags of sunflower seeds. Write a number sentence that can be used to find how many bags of sunflower seeds Mary and Paul have in all. So your key word is in all. Remember, in all means that you add. So let's go ahead back into the sentence and underline the information we need to know. We need to know 5 bags of sunflower seeds, and we need to know 3 bags of sunflower seeds. So again, in all, add 5 bags, 3 bags. 5 plus 3 equals 8. You should have marked A. Number 2, there are 10 flowers and some trees in Jeremy's garden. There are a total of 18 flowers and trees in his garden. Which equation shows to find how many trees are in Jeremy's garden? So, we know that there are 10 flowers, and we know that there are some trees. We know the total 18 flowers and trees. So when you're writing this number sentence, you could say 10 plus blank equals 18. Remember, when we have a some more problem, you need to make sure that you are subtracting. So your number sentence, then you're going to start with your total. And again, some more, you subtract. So you should have marked D. I think you guys can also answer that problem as 18 minus 10 is 8. So when you put it back into the original problem, 10 plus 8 equals 18. Sammy has 8 dogs and some fish as pets. She has a total of 13 dogs and fish. Which equation shows one way to find how many fish? This is the same problem as the last one. So we know how many dogs and he has some fish. We know the total number of dogs and fish. So start with the bigger number, but this time you're going to subtract 13 minus 8. However, that is not an option here. So you know that 8 plus blank equals 13. 8 plus blank equals 13. Number 4, Katie has 16 flamingos in her front yard and 9 flamingos in her backyard. Which equation shows one way to find how many fewer flamingos are in her backyard than her front yard? When we see the word many fewer, we know that means the difference. So you are taking 16 minus 9. So if I were to write originally 16 minus 9 equals blank, how could I rearrange that? Because I don't see that answer here, do you? If I wanted to rearrange that, I would say 9 plus blank equals 16. 9 plus blank equals 16. Oh my goodness, my dog wants to come up here. All right. Number 5, there were 18 people who started a bike ride on Sunday. There are only 12 people who finished the ride. Which equation shows how many fewer people finished the ride than started the ride? Again, we're talking about difference. So 18 people started, only 12 finished. What is the answer? So we see that one here. We don't have to rearrange anything. If we were to rearrange it into an addition problem, however, remember, oops, I just gave you the answer. We don't know the answer yet. Remember. Erase, 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 erase. So 12 plus blank equals 18. If we had to rearrange it, but our answer is already there. Introduction and conclusion. A good piece of writing has a beginning, a middle, and an end that are well developed. So introduction is at the beginning, conclusion is at the end. For question number 1, which of the following sentences could be used to introduce the topic of the paragraph? Let's read the paragraph to see what the topic could be. Collecting or keeping things that are alike can be a lot of fun. People collect things like rocks, stamps, and toys. Serious toy collectors try to find and keep toys that someday will be worth a lot of money. They look for toys that do not have a lot of copies. Which of the following? They look for toys that do not have a lot of copies. The collectors have to keep toys in good shape. Also, the toys need to stay in a box or keep the tags that they come in. That means that people cannot play with the toys. The better shape the toys stay in, the more they will be worth. So, some people pay to see large collections of different things. Pieces that are hard to find are usually worth more than easy to find ones. Collecting and trading baseball cards used to be very common, or toy collectors get toys based on their worth instead of their fun. Your answer should have been D, because this one talks about how much worth toys are, and that says that this means that people cannot play with the toys, right? So it says toy collectors get based on their worth instead of their fun. Number 2, there are a lot of kinds of apples. Granny Smith and Fuji are 2 different kinds of apples. Granny Smith apples are green. They are very tart. Fuji apples are yellow with splashes of pink or red. They are very, very sweet. Also, the 2 apples are from different places. Granny Smith apples are from Australia. Fuji apples are from Japan. Which of the following sentences from the passage introduces the topic? So Fuji apples are yellow and splashes of pink. Also, the 2 apples are very different. Granny Smith and Fuji are 2 different kinds of apples, or there are a lot of kind of apples. We know that introductions are at the beginning, so if we underline the first sentence in the beginning, we can match that with our answers. There are a lot of kinds of apples. Question 3. In the 1800s, breakfast cereal was made mostly from bran and oats. It started to change in the 1870s. Some people tried using wheat and granola to make cereal easier to eat. More people made changes to cereal in the 1900s. Cereal became a more popular choice for breakfast. It was easier to make and the taste was better. Which sentence should be used at the end of the paragraph? Cereal became more popular in the 1900s. Cereal has changed for the better over the years. Cereal tastes better in a bowl of milk. Or cereal in the 1800s was harder to eat. You should have marked B. Cereal has changed for the better over the years. That's just in conclusion. It's summing up everything you just said about cereal. So, cereal became a more popular choice for breakfast. It was easier to make and the taste was better. Cereal has changed for the better over the years. Number 4, Micah takes care of his pet. He has 2 dogs. Micah throws the ball for Potch. His dogs named Flash and Potch. Flash runs. Potch has a patch over one of his eyes. Micah feeds his dogs in the morning and at night. They walk in the afternoon. Flash just likes to run around. Potch likes to play fetch with the ball. Micah wants a turtle for a new pet. Micah does one more thing for his dogs. Which sentence should be added to the end of the paragraph? He lets Flash and Potch sleep at the foot of the bed. Micah really wants a pet turtle named Ralphie. Micah learns about many animals from books, or Micah's favorite subject in school is science. So this paragraph may seem like it's all over the place, but if we read the last sentence, Micah does one more thing for his dogs, we're going to need to end this paragraph with a sentence about his dogs. And the only choice that we have here is A. He lets Flash and Potch sleep at the foot of the bed. So, if we said Micah does one more thing for his dogs, if we go into a sentence about his pet turtle named Ralphie, that doesn't really make sense. We need to hear one more thing about his dogs, and that is that he lets them sleep at the foot of his bed. Number 5, collecting or keeping things that are alike can be a lot of fun. Oh, I thought this was the same one. People collect things like rocks, stamps, and toys. Series toy collectors try to find and keep toys that someday will be worth a lot of money. They look for toys that do not have a lot of copies. The collectors have to keep the toys in good shape. Also, the toys need to stay in the box or keep the tags that they come with. That means that people cannot play with the toys. The better shape they stay in, the more they will be worth. Which sentence from the passage introduces the topic? We're going to underline the first sentence because the introduction is at the beginning, and we can see that collecting or keeping things that are alike can be a lot of fun. A. So that's all for that packet today. Make sure you're signing on to Google Classroom. I know that packet was a little confusing today, but hopefully you were able to follow along. I had a little bit of trouble understanding it at first, but don't worry, we got it. Don't forget to do your slides on Google Classroom. I'm going to post one more video today, and it's going to talk about how to submit assignments. So make sure you take a look out for that. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.